Here we go. Here we go. Sunday fears. Sunday fears. What are Sunday fears? Sunday fears really what it says. Sunday you get worried about going to work on Monday. You feel as if you are hi. It's all Sunday fears. It's a lot of people get. I used to get them on a Sunday but different days. When you have had a heavy weekend really on the booze. Severe anxiety about going back to work. That's what it is. Severe anxiety. Let's wait until we get a few more people on. A little bit early, only about 1 minute, man. Scott, good evening. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody here. 6 people already. That's incredible. And we're still early, really. Well, by a minute, mind. But I'm a bit of a stickler for time. 14 words. Hello, how are you doing? You may be new here, I'm not sure. Good to see you. Welcome to this live. I do lives most nights. They're getting more busy, more dynamic, and getting pretty lively, which is really good. Hello, chat. Sober or wet or in between? sober for me. Leslie, how are you doing? Nice to see you. And yeah, I'm just talking generally about sober Sunday fears, really. You know, people used to get a little bit worried about going back to work. It was like, wow, the anxiety would kick in Sunday, wouldn't it? Or the day before you had to go work. Horrendous. Anybody who is new come on here, this is really getting quite popular. It's a very dynamic channel, and there's lots of good information here, lots of support, totally non-judgmental, and proving to be quite a success, even though it's early days, really. Rains to Bandion, good evening. Scott Bob, I hate mornings. I still hate mornings. I've got to get to my car for MOT tomorrow. It's 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. It's good, isn't it? 8 o'clock. Jesus. Morning's bad. Dennis, I'm here. Listen, cannot comment much. Hello, Dennis. How are you doing? Jonathan Gould, good evening. Scott Bob, hi Dennis. So Sunday fears. Now, as I said, I didn't work 9 to 5. I did shifts, but what I've had, especially when I've been away for a weekend, I used to hit the booze on weekends. My days off. Obviously, I couldn't drink at work or even around work, so I was in the police, so it had to be quite disciplined. And how are you doing? Let's see. I'm just talking about the fears of going back to work. You know, you go back to work after a session. Evening, Kaz, how are you? When you have to go back to work after you've been off, then the anxiety would be horrendous, wouldn't it? It was for me. TH, hiya. How are you doing? Nice to see everybody so early on. 2 minutes in. 3 minutes in. The anxiety I had going back to work was incredible. Got 8 likes already. It's fantastic. Anybody else want to press the like? But it helps this algorithm thing. It's all very complicated. I don't really know how this algorithm works, but we must be doing something right because we're here all the time, aren't we? Not all the time, but you know what I mean. The WhatsApp group's doing quite well as well. If you want to know, if you want to join the WhatsApp group, I'll put my number on here. Yeah, why do we get this anxiety when we go back to work? I used to because I think that I couldn't, I can't face getting sober. That was the problem. And you don't know what you're going to face when you go to work, do you? That's the problem. So I used to feel very weak. You know, sometimes at the end of it all, and I thought, please clear out, but take the odd annual leave day, you know, and just extend the time off, if that makes sense. So I'd be, I'd have an extra day just to try and get myself pulled round. I think as you get older, the hangovers get worse, and you just can't face doing anything, can you? When you've got to go back to work. But I've heard some people get these quite acutely. These beef and chicken, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Talking about the fears of going back to work. Sunday fears, I think they're called, because most people work Monday to Friday. Neil Hughes, nice to see you. How are you? So who else got the Sunday fears? Or the fears of going back to work? because it's in all of us, isn't it? This anxiety to come out at certain points. Because that's a lot of the time we tend to Sunday scaries. That's it. Yeah. Glad you okay, Neil. I see. Yeah. The Sunday scaries. I used to feel nervous and guilty going back to work after a bender. Just a stupid, non-existent fear. Yeah, I had that a lot. Yeah. Ben Diamond. Good evening. How are you? The Sunday scaries, Sunday fears, or whatever. The nervousness. Well, it's all tied up with anxiety, I think, isn't it? Not just nerves. Well, a whole lot. It affects your nervous system, doesn't it? Let's be fair. That's why we get to the point where we can't even answer the fucking door or even open the post, And it just takes over your life, doesn't it? Chris, hi Steve, I hope you're well. I am, mate. Hope you're Chris as well. Ben, it's good. Fantastic. I work 7 days not to get smashed. Yeah, that's a good point, Steve. Yeah. The amount of hours we do trying to keep this under control, Because when you think about, I mean, I don't believe in this functional alcoholic. There is something like that, but I don't think anybody functions particularly well when they're drinking too much. Teddy Mac, Sunday, the day you have to turn down the church wine. Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it. How's it going, Steve? Signalist, I actually can't write that right, TSP, to go malt. Signalist up, very well. Keith Barry, I still hope you're having a lovely Sunday. After recommending your channel to help a very close friend of mine. So, yeah, welcome, Keith. Send them on to if you need to one-to-one, the descriptions on the videos. There's a link in there. Getting smashed after working 7 days sounds horrible. The thing is, 7 days, just not to get smashed. The thing is that when you are in this, hello, Catherine, how are you doing? The thing is when you're in this phase of drinking and you've got to sort of drink more and more, then the fear of coming off it or being found out is massive, isn't it? That's the problem. And I'm sure that people knew at work. But then again, a lot of the people I work with used to drink a lot. It wasn't unusual. I wasn't unusual. I wasn't an unusual person, if that makes sense. Is it by Neon going back to work and excessively sweating? It says, yeah, I felt like co-workers were aware. Yeah, but were they aware or not? They'd only be aware if they weren't doing it themselves. Other people I used to work with did drink. Today's a good day not to drink. Tomorrow is already a thing. Thanking me. Yeah, it's a good point there. If you don't drink today, you'll be better tomorrow. It's like borrowed time, isn't it? Not numbing out. Dirty cat. Like cats here and listening. Good. Sooty cat, sorry. Sooty cat. Avoiding family, be drunk and lazy. Yeah, it's from Scooter Bob. It takes everything away, all the pleasures in life, doesn't it? There's nothing better than going for a Sunday lunch. I went to a Costa coffee place yesterday. I got some lovely iced coffee. Only a couple of quid for little tins to put some ice in the glass. It was fantastic. I never used to do that. I couldn't face anything I couldn't face normal things. That makes sense. So Sunday evening was always a deep depression. We usually sailed on Monday mornings. I knew I would have a 3-day withdrawal. I was carrying out my job professionally. It's difficult, especially in the sauna room. Bloody hell. Keith Barry, during your recovery, Steve, did you find Christmas time hard? Yeah, but Christmas time, New Year, a very, very emotional time. Keith, very emotional. I'm an emotional person. Chris, my nana has dementia and has stopped eating and drinking. She's in hospital and is due to go back to care home. End of life palliative care. I haven't drunk as would have been my default. Yeah, keep strong, mate. Billy Hill, still your beard, what that's all about. Scott Bob, Sundays used to be like the end of a bad voyage to nowhere. Yeah, good point. I heard somebody call it the arse end of a bender once. Sundays used to be like the end of the voyage. Totally. There was strength and recovery. 100%. Dan, good evening. How are you? Scott Bob, where on Monday? Oh, you pay the toll. You do, man. Neil Hughes. Somebody that doesn't drink spots to drink immediately. Yeah, we do, don't we? Those of us who are completely sober, even those who have tapered off, It takes, if I take 10 hours off, I think I'm doing well. Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? So you can't recovery is a bollocks, 100%. Yeah, Chris Morris, that is a great statement. It is. Yeah, you do pay the toll, mind. We regain our power, self-respect. we become superheroes. Yeah, that's what I've said about, all of us on here, even the ones who are still struggling. We are an exclusive minority because we're getting off it. We're trying to get off it. A lot of us are getting off it. And there will be a time when we're also confident. You still have to watch it. I think I'm past that now because you never know, do you? Where I reach for a drink. I hope I don't. I don't think I will. We regain our power, self-respect. Bereavement was hard. My dad died. I think the only thing that tipped me over the edge now is if something happened to my daughter. And then again, if that happened, or something happened to my partner, then I'd probably think life's not worth living anyway. But that's all. It's not true, is it? I'm just starting thinking ahead and thinking about life, and there's nothing I can think of at the moment that would actually take me back to the bottom. I've got no reason to go. My life's too good, and I enjoy sobriety too much now. So I've become a decent dad and husband since quitting the bottle. And yeah, of course you do. You become your real self. Not many people are born bad. We don't set out when we're young to become alcoholics, do we? Take me off now in the park with my 1.5 litres Tinto de Veron. Feels normal as it's 40 degrees today, but not normal. Yeah, it's hot, isn't it? Where are you, Kevo? You did tell me. Me too, sweetie cat. Binge, shout out to all the good men who take care of their families. Definitely. Well, I would say all the good men and women who take care of their families, to be honest. So whatever the positives for alcohol gives us, we certainly have to pay badly. You do, man. Yes, massive. What ifs drove me to drink in the first place? That's a good point. Yeah, it's overthinking, isn't it? Madrid. Oh, sorry, you said cover. Very warm. It was 2 weeks ago. It was 37 in the Algarve. It's Central Europe at the moment. It's crazy. If you do get value from these lives, then please think about dropping a super chat or the coffee links pinned at the top there. It helps to support the channel. Had some nice donations last night and over the weekend. It's been really good. And the channel's grown pretty strongly, I think. Got a lot of regulars, which is even better. Regular viewers are the key because it means it's a strong, supportive, trusting community here. And I think that's pretty good. If you do want to support the channel, then please feel free to do that. Super chat, something. I take care of mine, don't take care of myself. That's the issue I had, Steve, until the doctor said to me, unless you look after yourself, you can't look after anybody else. So beware of that if you're a people pleaser, which I was. Quite a crisp. I've got cold sober at times, not the best, but good for me. If you can do it, in fact, I couldn't do it. Grantonian, good evening. It's hard to just stop. I did a video on that tonight. The title was "Don't Stop Drinking Until You Get to Know What You're Doing," or you get some medical help. Some medication. I couldn't do that. I couldn't get any help. I mentioned that before. I had to just basically try and self-medicate, which isn't good. Then the more I go off the rails, the more I'm getting to hate drink. You really get sick of it. You really will. It becomes it's a chore anyway, isn't it? Let's face it, it was a chore when you were a teenager. When you were a young man, a woman. Cormac, good evening, how are you? It was a chore to get over the hangovers when we were young and fit. Hi, Anne, how are you doing? Anne Driver there, and hi, and to everyone. And it was hard work. And when you get an active addiction, it's even harder. Thanks, Catherine. It's even harder to live without interfering with your life, because it will interfere with every aspect of your life. Your health, and your mental health, your physical health, your finances, relationships, everything. Thanks, Catherine. Quentin, cutting down drink does not work for me personally. Maybe it's just stopping for me. I couldn't taper off. I had problems. Rains lit by neon. Steve, you mentioned before that you were still drinking. But during withdrawals, would you drink anything else like I would? I never drank spirits or wine. I didn't like them. So any strong lagers I would get, or Guinness when I went to the pub. I struggled at the pub. Scott Bob, you begin to think positively. Yeah, you do. 100%. And that's the key when you get your mind back, isn't it? I drank vanilla extract. Well, Is there a better feeling than waking up not thinking of a drink? It's heaven, that. Yeah, it is, mate. To wake up fresh and fancy a cup of tea instead of having to reach for an open can of Stella and pour it down my throat and then be sick in the bed. That is the option. And my only option now if I drank is to die. So there you go. There's no middle ground for some of us now. So if you're in the later stages of alcoholism or drink dependence, cutting down is impossible. You need a certain amount of alcohol to stop acute withdrawal. Yeah, that was where I was. I couldn't just stop. Couldn't tape it down. Cutting down gave me the excuse to still drink. Yeah, that's the thing. It gives you an excuse to keep going, isn't it? Good opinion there. Yes, it's never ending. It never stops. Neil, taping off does not work. You will still go through withdrawal. Yeah, I agree. And that's why I had to have medication. When I had the diazepam, and then obviously when I was in hospital, I couldn't drink. I don't know what they gave me then. They never told me. I saw one of the nurses when I've been in for about 4 or 5 years. I'm withdrawing. She said, "No, you're not. Get back in bed," type thing. Just told me to. Maybe they gave me something. I don't know. But they knew that I had alcohol-related liver disease, so they must have known I was going to withdraw. So I told them how much I used to drink. Eventually, yeah, I must have had medical attention. Yeah, I must have had something. I had the ascites fluid and all that, didn't I? I had all sorts of issues. So if you benefit from the channel and you benefit from these lives, feel free to drop a super chat in or buy me a coffee at the top there. The link's there. I don't know why it says buy me a coffee. It's a bit direct, isn't it? Yeah, but you cannot just stop if you're completely, which I was, which there's Samara and a few of us have been completely addicted, and your body is attuned to it, and you can't stop. So if you're able to cut down, then my hat goes off to you, and you're not an addict. Yeah, I agree with you, Sweetie, to be honest. I've got a few people who I mentor at the moment who want to be social drinkers again. That's exactly their words. I want to be a social drinker again. It's impossible unless you're on the wrong channel. Because if you're an addict, you can't be a social drinker. You're either addicted or you're not. There's no middle ground for us. As I said before, we can only go 2 ways, not 3. We can't socially drink. We've only got 2 choices. Drink and die, stop and live. That's it. It's as simple as that. You don't need to be a medical scientist to work that out. A lot of medicine is quite straightforward, isn't it? Quentin, I am a heavy drinker at times, but I go cold turkey because if I die, and if I die, I do. I'll die if I don't. Well, it's sort of a rational way of looking at it, but I'll get your point. Yes, Neil, it's impossible just to stop or cut down. Rains, is Bertie dead or alive? I presume he's alive. I haven't heard in the country. He tends to, I think Bertie's a little bit precious, probably the best word. It was alright. So he never intended to sniff, but once a sip of alcohol passed my lips and mouth. That happens with a lot of smokers. I was say casual smokers. They'll have a drink and then they'll start smoking. They're not full-time smokers. I've never smoked, but that's just what I've heard about smokers. So one of the doctor's advice to alcoholists to cut down is probably the worst advice he could give. Why not just give up, buy benzos under control, say 2 days supply. They certainly go back to every 2 days. I agree. Yeah, every couple of days, just get the benzos out slowly and controlled. You can just stop as alcoholics we don't want to. Yeah, sometimes we try that. I did try and stop cold turkey a couple of times, but I had huge seizures. Nearly died. I was told by the docs. I was frightened of doing that again. It's like someone with a peanut allergy saying, "I'll just have 1 or 2." It is. It's a good analogy, that. The doctor would be struck off if he said, "You take heroin every day, just moderate it." You wouldn't say it. You couldn't do that. You'd say you have to stop taking it. They don't say, "Go to this community centre in the middle of a park somewhere next Tuesday and tell them what your problem is." You have to stop heroin, and and get methadone substitute, don't they? I like Leslie's analogy there. It's like someone who with a peanut allergy says, "Have 1 or 2 peanuts." You can't do it. It's not on. Once my stomach was drained and my appetite came back, hospital food felt like eating a Gordon Ramsay Couldn't eat for weeks before, and that was like me. I used to love the food in hospital because I hadn't ate for so long. Benzos are really addictive more than booze. Yeah, but if you haven't controlled, like the sub said, what I said, I got them for like 5 days under supervision, then they're not too bad. I mean, supervision at home, I mean, not controlled, but I didn't have them all. I was just keen to, if you can speak to the person, the doctors can make a decision on how you are. You've got a bit of common sense, then you can control them, I think. I love drinking even though I'm intelligent enough to know it's killing me. That was the same as me, yeah. Benzos are very addictive. That's why they taper the dosage off during the withdrawal. Yeah, I agree. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that type of thing. Quentin, alcohol has the worst withdrawal to heroin. 100%. Yeah, I agree. Quentin, good point. It's a terrible, terrible thing. The small ones are the hardest to get it. Yeah, it's a good point, actually. It's not easy because we think we can outsmart the doctors. That's the problem. As I've said in the past, though, when the doctors tell you you've got a serious issue, heart condition or something, you do work on it getting better, but with alcohol, you just say, oh, I'll be all right. I'm invincible, you know. Although it's only weekend. Hello, Frank. Thanks very much for that donation. Frank's just bought a super chat there. Cheers so much, Frank, for your support. It helps the channel immensely, that does. If anybody else wants to support the channel, then please do the same and drop a super chat in, or the Buy Me a Coffee link's pinned at the top there, because these aren't monetized. These are sort of live flowing events, which is better for everybody, I think. Michael, thanks again, Frank. Cheers, man. Michael, although it was only a weekend heavy binging, I destroyed the rest of the week. The come down from weekend drinking made me feel depressed. 100%. Takes your energy, as you say. No motivation. From Michael there. Good point. City Cut, I once ran my sponsor about having a shandy and he told me pieces for being naive and you correct. Yeah, it's all alcohol. Pride is a big killer. Keeps us from admitting it. Beef and chicken, thank you, Frank. Cheers, mate. Keeps us from asking for help, pride, yeah. I think it's stigmatized as well, isn't it? I mean, if I had a bad toe, I'd go and see the doctor. I've got a bad toe. When I was drinking, I thought, oh, I don't want to tell them I'm drinking too much. Why not? Why not? Dan never got addicted to benzos and took them for ages, but alcohol gave me so quickly. Yeah, alcohol's a killer. Keeps, doesn't it? It's just everywhere. You're welcome. A few bob helps the channel. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, you're right. Any donations help the channel. Keeps it supported. Keeps it going. It's massive help. You've got no idea. It takes a bit of effort to do this, and keep things going. And I'm really grateful for anything that people can drop in. Willingness to stop, yeah, of course. You've got to want to stop. You've got to have, as I said before, you have to find something which is more important to you than drinking. And when you're in the middle of active addiction, then it's difficult to find that, isn't it? How do you suddenly change your habits and your lifestyle? Because when drinking's been a big part of your life, which it was for me, and obviously for most of us on here, you've got to find something to do. We talked about this the other night, didn't we? About how we have to find an alternative occupation. I would say occupation because it was a full-time job, isn't it? You need to find another interest. It has to be more important than drinking. It has to be healthier than drinking. So let's up. Today I saw a dude crossing the street, beer in hand and another in his back pocket. But there you go. Talented man. Was crazy. I used to come off from West End London. I used to go back home at Epping, take the dog out and put 3 or 4 bottles in my jacket of beer and have them in the forest, just to keep the momentum going. I'm thinking, crazy. Steve, will you drop a benzo now for the buzz? I've never had any buzz from it. Actually, I just took it because I was so ill to try and get off the booze, But thanks to Pam and Steve. Cover, I love this channel. None of us are alone in its comfort. Don't think we'll ever give it up, but great to hear stories from people who have. Well, Kelly, you can give it up. If you want to give it up, then you will be able to. It has to be from you. Yes, that's a good point. Put your hands up, look at the sky, and scream, I'm done. Once you admit where you realise that you're finished with it, then that's a fantastic feeling. You've won, haven't you? You've crossed the finish line. That's how I feel now, you know. So you mentioned it took volume to get sober. So would you recommend this to folks who are struggling to get sober? That was from the doctor. I took some from the internet, but the other stuff was from the doctor. Steve Jones, I love this channel. Version 73. Did you find you ate lots of junk and sugar when you got sober? Yeah, but it didn't matter because I had to get some food into me, you know. That was key. I think you're new here, version. Nice to see you here. Nice to see a few new people as well, other than yourself. But thanks for coming along and stick to it. So you got Quentin. I'm recovered alcoholic and cokehead. I regard myself as recovered. 100%. You've done well. Well, Kevo, I want to be the one who gives it up. Samantha, hi. How are you doing? Hope you had a good day. And you're still sober. That's the main thing. Everyone's sober is the key. Well, that's the goal anyway, isn't it? At least recognising there's a problem here is the goal. In the beginning, just focus on abstaining. Yeah. And then when you reach a certain point, give yourself milestones. Been sober for a week, been sober for a month. The best thing to do, one of the big motivators was to put a little bit of money away every week or month and stick it in an investment company. Something like Vanguard or an investment company which is going to give you some return. It's amazing how quickly savings will mount up, and you get more motivated to maybe do a budget. Look at how much you spend on food. You can eat healthier food. It doesn't cost you a fortune to cut down on the takeaways, all the nonsense that you have. Your whole life will improve when you get sober, in every way. Grantonian, there is so much time that's be filled with new activities. That's a good point, yeah. We mentioned that last night, didn't we? When you quit, otherwise you relapse. A lot of people I know have got bored, so say they got bored and gone back to booze. Try to begin to set up these new things when you're thinking about throwing up. Yeah, you must have a plan. And mine was to go to a hotel gym, I said, and just to keep busy. Because there's a lot of hours spent. Even if you just think how many hours you spent recovering, you've got to fill all that time. It's a lot of time. So we will always be recovering alcoholics, drug addicts until we die. We are always addicted. Those addicts we just do not use. Yeah, it's a good point. We're finished with the using bit, aren't we? Scooter, you have to change your attitude. We'll continue to one drink. It's a total mindset thing, isn't it? To change. You got to change your whole life, or your whole outlook on life, if that makes sense. Different strategies work for different people. That's very true. Thanks, Quentin, for that. Catherine, you can do it, sister. Frank, the great thing in this channel is that you have different people with different experiences and stories. Yeah, that's the beauty of it, isn't it, really? Thanks, Steve Jones. Yeah, as I said, if you get value from the lives, then please drop a super chat in. Somebody just said, done now. Thanks, Grantonian. You took the words out of my mouth. Drop a super chat in. The coffee link is at the top there. Thanks, Grantonian. Appreciate that. Hope you're well and taking over nicely. It all helps to keep the channel current and taking over. Yeah, so about this fears thing, or the Sunday scaries before you got to go to work. It's just anxiety that, Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. It's anxiety which comes out in all sorts of different ways with people. My anxiety was quite acute, quite young. It's not like there's not any reason really. We're all different, aren't we? But it made me very aware of things and start to worry about things that didn't exist, City Cat was a hopeless alcoholic, cocaine addict, and got himself better. Good. That's well done. City, well done. Thank you, Grantonian. Abstaining and sobriety are two different things. Right, okay. That's an interesting one. Sobriety is more long term, isn't it? Anxiety in which drink just feeds. Yeah, anxiety was my problem in that I was worried about things. I had this feeling of impending doom. I don't know if anybody else has had that before, but everything was going to go wrong in my life. But now I'm sober, everything's going to go right, and generally does. Because I haven't got this pressure on you. Anxiety is just pressure on the mind, isn't it? It's worry, and it shouldn't be there because that'll shorten your life. Stress is a massive killer. And that's all anxiety is stress, isn't it? Certainly, sober weekend and anxiety is pretty much non-existent for work tomorrow. It's all drink induced, of course it is. Yeah, everything that I had was drink induced. I used to think it was outside. Some outside pressures with other things, which I'm not going to, but generally the alcohol doesn't help anything. It's a bit of a relaxant, but for us as addicts, then it's very short-term gain for a lot of long-term pain. And as you get older, then it's going to kill you more quickly, or it's going to disable you. Abstaining from drink is a physical thing. Contented sobriety is a state of mind. Yeah, I like that. I think it's being able to relax without alcohol and feel at peace. That's a massive bonus, to be relaxed. So my brother is dry. His wife threatened to leave. He has been a grumpy guy for years. He drinks if she goes out to town. He is a sick man. Brother is dry. His wife threatened to leave. Yeah, so he's still drinking. Interesting score. Grantonian alcohol addiction transcends class, wealth, and status. Oh, 100%. Yeah. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you've done, or where you're going to go to. It doesn't make a difference, really. But alcohol is so widely available. That's why it's more of a problem than drugs, isn't it? Other drugs. Because it causes so many issues, isn't it? I've got a couple of questions, which have probably been over before. I mean, who's a binge drinker versus a daily drinker? Because I was a daily drinker. And personally, I think that daily drinking is worse than binging. I don't know many sort of binge drinkers. People who go every Thursday and have 20 pints or something like that. The people I knew and drank with were daily drinkers, really. And then they would go get a bit heavier on days off and special occasions, that sort of thing, Sadly, we lack skills in society, hence turn to drink. Not all able to tackle life. I think that's what it is, yeah, maybe. I must admit, I did enjoy the start of it. I was feeling a bit daft. But I can feel daft without that now because I'm sort of high on life and feeling good. That makes a massive difference. Certainly was a binge drinker. Steve, daily. All different, aren't we? I don't know if you get any worse by binging or daily. Frankfurt, it's amazing how much money a person saves by not drinking. It's something, massive amount of money. It's not just the drink, it's the taxes, the food, the things you lose, the productivity you lose, maybe the promotions that you lose, the jobs you turn down, all that sort of thing. Because the first man takes a drink, then the drink takes the man, 100%. That's guaranteed. Once you're an addict, you will not win. You cannot win. It will always beat you if you let it. You can never escape alcohol once you're in that tunnel, as it were, but you can manage it. From down, I found the anxiety while giving up 1 minute, feeling fine. I wish I'd panic, but it got less and less as time went on. Yeah, that's my daily then binge. My days off, that was me. That's the same as you. I was a daily binge drinker. Couldn't get enough every night, day when I wasn't working. Yeah, I've got you. Well, that's what I was like when I was days off, man. Tend to want more. I feel all right with it, man, during the day. But terrible next day, and then I had to have a while the dog and I had a few days off. Holidays were worse, Quentin, I was I'm at times a daily drinker, but never woken up in the morning but needed a drink. Well, that's good then. I mean, when you wake up like I didn't, when you get to the point where you need a drink rather than want a drink, that's when you're in trouble. Because in the last few years that I drank from 2014 to 2019, I didn't enjoy any of it. There was an uphill struggle just to get a drink in my mouth and keep it down, to be honest. But I felt I needed it just so I didn't drop into massive withdrawal again. Nick Field, hi Steve, how are you doing? Nice to see you. So to cope with things, we drink after a certain point. But everyone drinks initially for different reasons. I think it's just because we follow like sheep, don't we? Most people don't take heroin or cocaine. I mean, it's more problematic now. But when I drank, it didn't. Nobody people I knew took drugs. Couldn't afford it. Could afford a few pints, and a few pints led to something else. So I don't really think it's a gateway drug. It's just so popular, isn't it? I mean, there's lots of people about the day outside pubs and things. They're all every day in the summer, and if they're not outside, when next week when it's raining, they'll be inside. But there's nothing you can do about it. There's pubs everywhere, isn't there? I know there's many places I should go. There's not a pub. Nick, thanks for replying to my WhatsApp. Don't worry, Nick. Anytime, you're welcome. I'll reply to everybody. I don't want to get around them, It can be quite busy, but I'll get around to most people. I'll get around to everybody at some point. Sure about the political statement, I would time out myself. Don't worry about that. You're all safe, fine. Right, I remember Sunday mornings was the worst to have a hangover because the pubs didn't open till 12. Yeah. And it used to close, didn't it? Like Sundays were 12 till 2 and then 6 till 10:30 because the government restricted it on a Sunday to get people back to work Monday, you see. If you benefit from these lives and you want them every night, then please drop a super chat or hit the Buy Me a Coffee link if you wish to do so and support the channel. Yeah, there's actually a little statistic here from London Ambulance Service that the highest number of heart attacks occur in central London on a Monday between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. And I think that's stress related, people going back to work after a heavy weekend. What other reason could it be? Other than that was a few years ago, man, but I think it still applies. Quentin, if the truth be known, alcohol is not a wonderful tasting drink. It's a constant societal issue. It is. Oh, it's massive. Of course, so many issues. Drinking and sniffing is fucking horrible. Yeah, I've never sniffed. I never take the sniff. Never took the tutor or anything like that. Never took any drugs. I did try a little spliff once, but I'm not a smoker, so it did nothing for me. So, Bob, I don't spend Sundays on the couch anymore. Well, yeah, it's just basically sitting around waiting to try and feel better, hoping to have another drink, isn't it? That's what recovery is. So, if you press a comment, the options for timeout pop. Oh, I didn't know that. Beef and chicken's a bit of a whiz on here. Nobody needs a time to. But anyway, Bertie has not repaired. I'm trying to Steve, my mate is a London paramedic. Yeah. It's Monday, isn't it? It's the people who go back to work, the stress, had a heavy weekend, and the wife's gone crazy because I haven't cut the grass or whatever it is. I go back to work and wondering what's on in the in tray, as it were, in the old days, or what's on the computer. And I think another thing is, so my Scott, we're going this together. The worst thing is now that people have this option, a lot of jobs, to work from home. So it gives them the option of just sitting in the dressing gown, as it were. Oh, I feel a bit rough Monday. I want to have a couple of drinks. That's another issue, isn't it? That's another big problem. Serendipity brought me here. Steve, thanks, Scooter. Serendipity. Great words in here. This is the floss one now. Here, that's good. It's not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that things are difficult. I like that. Very insightful, this guy, isn't he? Stoic. I might be a woman, I don't know. But he is a woman, he's quite clever. So you can't know where he's got some Danny J paid your wife 15 quid. What's from? You're putting on weight, Samarna. Because every time you say it, she makes you a sandwich. Antonian, a good chunk of his weekend shifts to alcohol-related incidents. Oh, 100%, but same as the police, isn't it? I mean, we worked alongside the LAS, obviously, with assaults and domestics and public order incidents, the usual stuff, criminal damages where people put their hands through a window and those bollocks. So yeah, anything to do with London Ambulance Service, the paramedics just run alongside the police, really. It's just the police trying to get there first because the police patrol and the ambulances respond, So binge drinking versus daily, both problematic. I would say that daily would cause more problems like liver cirrhosis and that sort of thing, because your body gets no time whatsoever to detoxify properly and to clean itself, as it were. So I would say that, and I've spoken to a couple of doctors about that. But binge drinking when you're going to get alcohol poisoning is not good either. Nick, the hospitals don't do much anymore. It's patched up, don't they? There's so many problems in this country. The UK has a bit of an anger issue at the moment. There's so much road rage. There's too many people shoplifting. There's so many people who look pissed off here. It's got to the point where people are getting frustrated in the UK with the cost of living. But I know it's not good in a lot of places, but this country is just crazy with enforcement And that's driving people to drink. The job losses, the fact you park your car and supermarket, get a 60 quid ticket, all this nonsense. Enforcement is continuous in this country. And that drives people to drink and drives people to be angry as well, you know. That's when you get the public order incidents, the drunkenness and the fights and all that. And obviously mini riots now, some places. So, you know, it's when you're drinking, but his childhood friends start dying. Yeah, you realise then, don't you? I saw a lot of people down when I was in hospital. It's quite frightening, actually. Well, it's very frightening. I mean, I've seen a lot of death in the job I did, obviously. When somebody in the bed next to you just suddenly put the curtain round and two porters come in, you think, well, not good. And they wrote the name off the whiteboard. Tell you what, you need to rejoin the police and get them back in line. Yeah, be good. I would like to. I'm a bit old now. It's never going to change. It's politically knackered now. There's too many restrictions on police now. Everyone's got a mobile phone. We can't move discreetly anymore. One of the promises of AA is that things we used to find baffling become easy to deal with. Well, that's good. I didn't really think much of AA, but maybe I didn't go long enough. I went twice. Frank, I remember years ago people were chilled out. Last 5 years, people are more angry for it. Yeah, they are, Frank. I'm glad you noticed that. There was a debate about this in LBC the other night. This guy was saying, why are people so angry in the UK? Nobody's chilled out anymore then. Gordon's best hospital experience in the North East State, I think, was Queen Gateshead. That's the only hospital I didn't go to. I was born there, funny enough. Steve mentions lockdown. I mentioned this, well, I had this discussion with my partner the other day about, you know, she said a lot changed during COVID. Well, I missed all of COVID, would you believe? Because I got admitted to hospital in October 2019, and COVID kicked off about January 2020 in the UK. So I missed a whole lot. I was in that hospital for 2.5 years. By the time I came out, everything was back normal, just about. I was on school, 12 stepper. Yeah, I couldn't do that 12 steps, but it obviously helps some people, doesn't it? To get over it all. But yeah, the anxiety was a big issue, and the whole of the availability is a problem. The fact that people are getting themselves in a mess financially, all of this social pressure will lead to more problems with alcohol. It won't lead to more problems with drugs because it's hard to get heroin, but it's going to lead to more drinking. And it's available in more places for longer hours, isn't it? When I started drinking, there was nowhere it opened at 9 o'clock in Northumberland to get a drink. Beaver Chicken, thanks for putting the links in there. Appreciate that. If you want to look at the ebook or the one-to-one mentoring, Beaver Chicken's put the links down here. And if you want to drop a super chat, please do. Or buy me a coffee, links at the top there as well to support the channel. So, you know, when I drank, when I first started drinking, there wasn't the availability. You can go into these spoons pubs now, can't you? And drink from 9. It's funny enough, I've been into them for a cup of coffee and things. Even the odd breakfast have been floating around a bit. And there's a lot of people in there on pints. It's 1 minute past 9. The staff know them as well. All right, Bob, Dave, Steve, John, all this sort of thing. So they're obviously very regular. I don't go to meetings any longer. Jeanette Lewis, thanks for another live chat. It's great. Thanks, Jeanette. Nice to see you here. Hope you're well. If you're not, we'll get you well. And it's very non-judgmental, open house here. You can talk about anything you like. Very fast paced, which is good. There's no sitting around. You've got to be quick to get on here to read all this stuff. Somebody said they couldn't understand what I was saying the other night. I thought, well, I'm trying to deal with 400,000 comments every 2 seconds. It's not that easy to be BBC presenter voice, is it? It's got a lot of personalities in the air, I bet. You make a great point about Wetherspoons facilitating alcoholism. I think they do. In fact, I know they do. And I'd be quite willing to say that publicly. Well, I'm saying it publicly now. Wetherspoons contribute to alcoholism. That's it. Stoic. I did AA, NA, and CA for 4 years, being told I had a disease which I had no control over, and so was powerless. Made me feel like I'd thrown the towel in before even stepping into the ring. Yeah, did no good to me. It'd be good if we could make this as good as the AA, and not as good, better than the AA, and bigger. In a couple of years. Who knows in a year's time? We'll come on TV. We should be on TV. Some good characters here. I did a lot of morning drinking with Wetherspoons. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, they've been around a long time, but they're everywhere now, aren't they? You'll be welcome. There's a newcomer. Is the most important. Okay, Scott, thanks for that. Munster. Gen X aren't boozing as much. Have a loneliness of the charts. So like 1 in 5 teenage boys in the UK haven't a single friend, huge amounts more on voluntary celibate. Manchester, just a quick word on that one. They say younger people aren't drinking as much, but cirrhosis of the liver is presenting in people in the 30s rather than the 50s and 60s. So I spoke to a specialist liver nurse the other day who said that it depends on socio-economic levels. Go to any council estate in Middlesbrough, in Manchester, London, there'll be a lot of people still drinking there because they can't afford the expensive gyms, the internet, Instagram, clothing, all that sort of thing. They haven't got that sort of lifestyle, so they still drink. Lilith, 1984, hello, Stephen, and everyone else. Hi, Lilith, hope you're well. Interesting point with Manchester. Good to see you, 1984. Hope everything's all right. I didn't drink fast. Sorry, didn't drink last month, 3 days. Felt fantastic. Day 4, ended up with a beer in my hand. What's all that about? What's all that about? We must get t-shirts done. What's all that about? Because it just brings you back. Isn't it? I saw how much unconditional love was available. Okay, Scott, thanks for that. I think they give a meal voucher in Wetherspoons if you drink £3. Well, there you go. I didn't know that, man. Welsh John, hiya. How are you doing? Nice to see you. I'll leave A out of the conversation. No, stick it in. Yeah, there's no stick the A in. It's worth talking about, definitely, because some people have had a good run with that. Scott, due to CA, I'm 8 years free of all mind-altering substance. That's good. Just noticeable, yeah. Cheers. Thumbs up for AA. If anybody wants to go to AA, they can. There's plenty of meetings about it, I know that. If you Google it, there's meetings everywhere, isn't it? All over. But I get that 12 steps isn't for everyone. Yeah. I think those meetings also. Non-alcoholic liver disease is off the scale. Is that because of the diet then, Steve? I met a friend of mine the other day, same age as me. He said he's very thin now. He's got liver cancer, but he was told that his liver disease was caused by too much food. Sorry, too much of the wrong foods. Too much processed, too much fat. It's interesting that, Steve, about the non-alcoholic liver disease. Yeah, it wasn't for me, but he's thrown 100%. Thanks, Steve. So, years ago, at the tender age of 15, when I was just after the war, there was no takeaways in my hometown. There was one Chinese, I think, wasn't it? Just opened. No, they're everywhere, aren't they? Next 24 hours sober, no shakes. Brilliant. Stick with it if you can, but obviously don't. If you feel any withdrawal, get some help, So I tried giving up alcohol for my son and my wife. I couldn't do it. The will was in me, not strong enough. I selfishly chose alcohol over my family and paid the consequences. So strong was my addiction. Yeah, the power of addiction will bring you back, you see. Even people who've had liver transplants go back and drink and die. Manchester agrees to some of are abusing it big time, but there are others not boozing, but are gaming addicts, no friends. I think it's possible to promote more responsible drinking like the French have. Yeah. Can we do that though? I think it's a lost cause in the UK, man, but you never know. Score 24 is big, yeah. If you wish to support the channel, then please feel free to drop a super chat in or hit the buy me a coffee buttons pinned at the top there. Yeah, I think the whole thing about younger people not drinking as much is a bit of a fancy in some ways because there's more drugs around, aren't there? The Chinese were the first person to find alcohol. Really? Oh, right, I thought it was the Greeks. Interesting. Thanks, Beef and Chicken, for putting those links. Anybody that wants to look at the book or the one-to-one, Beef and Chicken's put the link in here, third from the bottom there. Just click on that one. Well, John, I'm back on this, to be honest. It's the devil, isn't it? It will beat it one day. You will. You get over it. You must get to the point where you realise it's going to kill you and you want to stop. I was told many times to stop and I didn't want to. It was more important to me. So when you find something that's more important than drink, that's when you'll stop. And for me, it was living, being alive. 4 days alcohol. Julia, fantastic. Nice to see you on here. Nick, the Romans were the first to get alcohol. Julia, well done. How are you coping? Yeah, Hope she's all right. Good job, Julia. Rains up her name. 24 hours sober as a cake walk. The rest of your life is a real challenge. Yeah, I think there's a point, when you get to like a year or two, when you think it's going to take something big for me to relapse now. Once you realise that life's really good without the alcohol, then I think that's a massive, massive step. When you think, wow, I'm actually feeling good now. I want to keep feeling good. My life's improving. When you get to that point, you probably past relapsing in a way. But never say never. That's the thing. Always be aware. Frank, only one person to make you stop. It's yourself. Yeah, well said, Frank. It's only you can do it. Nobody else can stop you drinking. You have to realise also, though, that it's when you shall start drinking as well. It's just not picking up that first drink. The big and bold Gaza says, didn't pick up the first drink. I heard him say once, didn't pick up that first drink, something like that. Because he's Geordie, he comes from the same area as me, but he's got quite a strong Geordie accent, so. Didn't pick up the first drink, that's the thing. Do not pick it up. And he's right. But he didn't follow that, did he? I went to see a guy in Gateshead, the other day, very wealthy chap. He spent £18,000 on rehab recently. Came home and drank a bottle of vodka. He couldn't get out of the flat, so I'd go and see him. Try and help him. And he's a very intelligent chap. But just got lonely, got bored, hit the booze again. Schoolboy 8 every day is a great challenge. Welsh John, longest I stayed off was 8 months, and there were 8 great months. Why did you go back on, John? Welsh John. If you don't mind expanding on that. Julia, thank you. I've had some headaches and low energy mood. Hope will start to turn shortly. Well, the thing to do, Julia, is eat as much as you can and get as much rest as you can. Forget about what you're eating. Just eat and eat and eat. Because that's what I did. And I was down 9 stone and I'm 6 foot plus. So imagine what sort of state I was in. And I was getting double rationed hospital. Because the only thing I could do, the doctor said, was to survive, because I was in a really bad state, was to eat and get some strength in me. That's all they said to me. They couldn't do any more. Just keep me in. My sodium level was very low, but you had to eat. I couldn't drink too much fluid because that would put the sodium level back into problem areas. You must get food. Everyone around you wants you to stop drinking, but you feel like they are trying to take your soulmate away from your best friend that looked after you in a crisis, which makes you feel angry. Yeah, I used to get angry when people say you should drink less. I really knew in my head I wanted to drink less, but I just couldn't. Let's go next time, everyone. Try and be well. Good night, Scooter. Thanks for being on here. Thanks for being in moderation as well, as moderator. Always appreciate it. I know you work long hours and things, and nice to see you. Stoic philosophy, I remember the desire to be able to drink like a gentleman. So did I. That's what I tried many times. I've had a relapse. I'll just have 2 or 3 pints on a Saturday. No chance. If I could drink like a gentleman, no, I wouldn't. Every aspect of my life has improved just by giving up the drink. I no longer miss it. Yeah, that's where I am now. I no longer miss it. I have no desire to drink. Well, John, God knows, Stephen. Like you said, it's that first one when you think you can do it normally. Yeah, because we get to the point where we feel in control, and that's the most dangerous point, isn't it? You feel like you can do it again. If you want to drop a super chat in, please do. Doesn't matter how much it is, it will help the channel. The Buy Me a Coffee link's pinned at the top as well. That should be working fine. If you wish to drop something in there. Yeah, it's Welsh John's. When you think that you can drink normally, you want to go back. I wonder why we do that. Because even drinking normally is not particularly pleasant. Even a couple of drinks will set you back the next day, won't it? You won't feel particularly well. You feel a bit rough and you feel a bit pissed off. You spent all the cash again. Lost the car keys and the cat's run away. Everything bad that I did was alcohol related. Everything good that's happened to me has been sober related. That says enough to me. Gary Dawson, Hi, Gary. Did 3 years sober, decided to have one bottle of Stella on September the 1st last year. Carnage ensued, diagnosis rose on 16th July, kindling as a bitch. Wow, oh no. Gary, that sums up my life, that. Isn't that amazing? This, got to try and keep it, beef, keep this this comment. But 3 years sober, one bottle of Stella, on September the 1st, carnage ensued, and now he's got cirrhosis. That's what happened to me. Fucking incredible. Dennis, if you were never brought into hospital, had near this scare, do you think you would ever have turned a corner without the very words you'll die? Hope it's not too personal. I think I would have done if I was going to get some pills. Get off, I could have pulled myself around a bit. I knew I was dying, but that's made me feel. The time I spent in hospital was too long. I spent 2.5 years in hospital, on and off, mainly in the hospital. Different hospitals, all 5 I went to. The problem with QE, in case which somebody mentioned, the fear of death was always there before the doctor mentioned it, really. But when he actually said it, I thought, well, but you're right, yeah. So it's a difficult one, that, but thanks, Dennis, for that. I think that was enough for me, being taken to the hospital and seeing people around me dying as well. That was a bad experience. Even though I was used to seeing death in the police, this is different when it was personal. Don't trip. I don't even dare go for a liver test now. I'm sure I've done it. You best go then, because you must tell the doctor what's going on. Because if you don't, they can't diagnose you, can't treat you properly. X-Sub, Stoic, good evening. Man of many wise words, 100%. Very clever. Julia, thanks, Steve. Yes, we've tried to eat even more, even though my appetite was low. 3 meals a day, larger portions, as many fruit and veg as possible. I have lost 6 kilograms over the last several weeks. Okay, keep eating. Frank, as you said a few nights ago, you never met anyone who regretted being sober. No, you don't. Never, ever met somebody who's sober and healthy and said, "Oh, I'm pissed off I got sober." No way. Yeah, Antonio, great, Julie. Kevin, I'd say my liver is fucked too. But if I was lucky enough to get a new one, I'd say I'd be a George Best. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think I would have been mine. The pain, the depression, the feelings of being vulnerable, the fact I was beholden to people in hospital nearly did my head in as well, really. I was very, very low. Very low. Steve, my liver is saying, well, my liver's got some scarring, but the liver function tests are bang on. Because it can be abnormal. What's the other word? Standard and normal. Satisfactory, sorry. Abnormal, satisfactory, normal. Mine have come back as normal now. In fact, I've got to see them on the 5th of September for a recheck. So, when you get your bloods done the same as normal, you're doing pretty well, aren't you? But I'm not drinking. And I said to this consultant who I saw on my first day in there in 2019, who said to me, if somebody told me in 2019 when I first saw you, the state you were in, that you would get this level of health, exact words were, even I would have questioned it. She's a hepatologist, top of her game. And that was quite profound for me. And I said to her, how come then? Ask lots of questions. You've got to ask questions to these doctors. Don't mind. How come I've got to this level of health? And she said, well, because you've done everything I've told you to do. Well, we told you to do as a hospital. See, I've just joined again. Love you, but sometimes I get confused as your messages are cut down or absence, cutting it out altogether. Might cut down dramatically and enjoy drinking the times. Hi, Jay. It's best to get off if you can, but if you can't, you can cut down. Some people can. I couldn't. But overall, if you want to live a longer, happier life, healthier life, then you have to stop. Someone stoic, great mate. Reading the comments in Rick's channel makes me day. Actually, I saw one of your comments because we mentioned last night when he said, "Thanks for telling me about the consent order or something about his divorce." Very odd, isn't it? Wings, hi, hello. Sunday fear is a topic. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. Wings. Somebody said that, I think it was Beef and Chicken mentioned Sunday scaries when your anxiety is really high because you've got to go back to work after maybe a heavy weekend, that's all, And I say, Wings, 1984, what helped me is taking milk thistle every day. It's called Nordic liver. It's turmeric, black pepper, and chlorine as well. £35 for 24 tablets. I asked the consultant about that. He didn't seem to think much of it, but I'm going to see her on the 5th of September, so we'll ask about that. Lilith, thanks for that. Yes, everybody talks about the liver. Nobody's talking about, yes, all the secondary illnesses, diabetes, brain damage, this sort of thing. I agree. What about high blood pressure? Strokes, heart attacks, problems with the lungs, osteoporosis, and all this bone damage, neuropathy. Pancreatitis is a massive killer. Rick's words to me were, stick to Solar Steve channel. He's a narcissist. I like that. So, yeah, that's funny. Beef and chicken. Yeah, so did you sleep well last night? Beef and chicken. So I'll have to have another look at this Rick vlog. Apparently he listens to some of these. I'm not sure if he does. I'm sure he would have commented. Anyway, if you do want to support the channel, then please feel free to drop a super chat in. And thanks for being here. Or you can hit the buy me coffee link pinned at the top. Pancreas is a danger one. Yeah, I only had sort of pancreatitis and it proper hurt like the sharp pain. I've got a mate, ex-mate, who had pancreatitis twice. He's 62. And he still has 17 tablets a day to keep him alive. And he drinks on top of all that. That's madness, isn't it? He takes all these tablets so he can drink. Crackers. Yeah, Rick, say hello. We know you're here and over there. I think he watches these. I hope he's all right. I mean, I don't know the guy. See if I have severe. Keep going, Johnny. Yeah, so you've got to think about as this was alluded to there. There's so many other things. Dennis mentioned it. The cancers that are linked to alcohol, and all these hundreds of other things. Thanks, Stoic. Because you're very, very reliable. I get you. Well, everything's good on here, Rick, if you're watching. But let's wait and see what happens to the channel. I know you get a lot of views, which is good. At the moment, you're getting more than me, which is really good. No problem, Jackie. That's fine. What about another question? Oh, yeah, high functioning alcoholism. Has anybody really functioned properly with it? Because I did for a while. I thought I was doing all right. But it was very difficult to try and... It was like military planning to come off it a little bit before I went to work. You know what I mean by that? You think, well, you can't have too much on a Saturday because you've got a job on a Sunday, that sort of thing. It was very, very difficult. And it was hard to plan all that. But when I used to go out, when I was married with my daughter and stuff, I used to always try and engineer it so I didn't have to go if there wasn't a bar there. It's crackers, isn't it? Seems sharp, dull pain in the upper right abdomen. Okay. A lot of people die of pancreatic cancer. Something to be very aware of that. Why not Trump? £5. Oh, thanks for that fantastic donation. Why not Trump? Superb, it helps the channel so much. Thanks very much for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing that. Anybody else wants to drop a super chat, and please do. It supports the channel hugely. It's nice to see that sort of support here. It keeps everything moving along well. It keeps this buoyant. I believe this is one of the only channels that does lives all the time. And that's why we're getting a bit of good publicity, because I think it's good YouTube like this sort of thing. Although there's no adverts on here, there's a lot of people here. And a lot of good people here. And I don't know how the algorithm works. I've never looked into all that. I just know that I quite like being here, and we're helping people, and we're all good folk. And that's all that matters to me. From that, then we might get a boost in the channel, get some more people on as well, which is fantastic. Thanks again. Brilliant donation. Something's giving me a relief from OCD. Yeah, I know what you're saying. A lot of us have issues when we drink, I don't think Rick is on here, Neil says. Stoic reckons he is, but we never know. Steve, do you smoke cannabis? No, I don't actually. I've tried it once and I felt a bit dizzy. I'm not really into all this. This alcohol was enough for me. I was drinking so much of it. I took over my life. I couldn't have factored anything else into it, and drive a bottle of coffee. Thanks very much, Anne. Let's put a little note in here. For that coffee, that's the coffee. So Anne's book, coffee ads, really, really good. I'll put a little note in here. Thank you. I appreciate that, Anne. Thank you very much. It's good to get support there. We've got 62 people on now an hour, which is pretty good going. But it's really good going. Thanks to everybody who's managed to drop a little donation, and thanks to Anne's bought coffee as well. It's a massive help. Gary, did you ever feel that your choice of living area was a contributing factor to your drinking? Are you so in Newcastle? I drank more in London, I think, but when I had to come back, I didn't have to come back. Came out to Newcastle, I was depressed, so I think that my drinking would have happened anywhere, to be honest. The London, like bright nights of London, what I felt good then. I still feel good when I get away from here. I feel good travelling now. Go away quite a bit on my power now. I feel good everywhere really now. But I wouldn't want to drink it. London was a young person's place. Still is really, isn't it? I just liked it too much, I think. So if you're watching, I've got your cider in the back of my car. I'll drop it off in the woods next to the park bench. Hope he is watching. Dennis, I held down an important manager's job for a long time. I know I was in a bad shape, but still kept working while now drinking near work. You see, you functioned, didn't you? Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Cheers on for the coffee. Kevo, yes, the OCD is a mere habits. The drink makes you forget, then that's where it does. That's the problem. Then everything's worse again. Thanks, Dennis. That's an important. You can hold down jobs. You can get there, but it's difficult. Really hard. Stephen Jones, meet and greet, and then push it forward to activities. Metal detecting walks, just some ideas to stop being bored. Yeah, good idea. Metal detecting, brilliant. I'd always wanted to do that actually. Stoic, Neil Hughes, he does watch me. Not sure if it's all the time, but he definitely does. He spoke about what's being said on here, and he knows. Chatting here. There you go. He will be watching. We're getting popular here. Not just me, it's you getting popular. All of you. Country London's bad if you're a drinker. It is, mind. It's availability, isn't it? My heavy metal detector. It'd be nice to find some coins. The Detectorist was quite a good little series. The old saying was, when you get tired of London, you're tired of life. I remember that, Frank, yeah. It's a strange place, isn't it? Stoic, Jackie Williams drink is super nice. With OCD. It doesn't matter where you live, the addiction will always follow you. Yeah, I think so. Probably if I moved abroad, which was my plan, I probably would have drunk even more. A few of my ex-colleagues moved overseas because the booze was cheaper and they live with a pension. And because we used to factor in living standards with how much we spent on booze, didn't we? I spent £500 on booze, so I moved to Spain. I'll save £500 on rent or mortgage, and the booze will be free. Then they died soon after. Green smoke, 3 weeks short a day. Well done. Well done, Green. Fantastic. The crow had all treasure. Oh, it did, didn't I? I didn't. I just jumped the gun there. The crow. Where did the crow hide it? In the nest or something? That's great green smoke. That's great going. It is, yeah. Brilliant, that. 3 weeks. Fantastic. Well done. Rains lit by neon. I'm glad people are seeing Rick for the fraud he really is. He's using alcoholism as a terrible affliction as content for his shitty YouTube channel. I did think that initially. Well, Cars, I love the Detectorist. So did I. And the thing is, Rain's by neon. I agree with that. And that's what I said first of all about Rain backing out. I thought there was no point in me getting involved, really. But yeah. Well done, Green Smoke. Well done, Green Smoke. You're welcome. I see people to chime in my sleep. Also, day drink stops it. Help my cuz. I love the programs too. Stop the voices too. Yeah, something that stops you. Maybe looks best look at some medication for that one. If you can. That's a way to go with that one. Yeah, so the Feud channel, Bad Country's good. I speak to him now and again. Stu, he's got had an interesting life, a bit like myself, a bit topsy turvy. Everybody on here has got a story, haven't they? Massive story, huge. Jackie takes meds. Yeah, so I don't know about the functional alcoholic. I did function. We can function, but it's really hard work because we try and hide it. We convince ourselves we're hiding it. And We believe we've hidden it, but did we really? Don't know. Cause, yes, no violence, no swearing, just wholesome fun. Oh, it was a funny series. Who was it? Nicholas Lyndhurst was in it, wasn't he? If you benefit from these lives, then please drop a super chat if you can, or buy me coffee. Link is at the top. Thanks to Anne for buying the coffee. And thanks for everyone who's donated. Brilliant. Beef and Chicken Rick is struggling. If he ever decides to participate in the live stream, we will all be nice. Okay. Well, you're the top moderator, so we'll be taught, and you're a woman as well, so you're in charge. 100%. We'll do 100 for that one. Beef, let's do 100, so she is in charge. She can be supervisor. There was Bad Company's DT stories are horrifically compelling. Yeah, he had a lot of problems, didn't he? With the DT. I never went to that stage. I did have something very strange when I was getting sober. That I would have the same dream. I could go back in the dream. Very odd. I'll do my best. Be fair. Yeah, well, get him on. If you can get him on here, get him on here. It might boost the channel a bit. It might be quite interesting, actually. If he is a drinker. I don't know the way. Yeah, alcohol withdrawal been throughout before. Did you hear about the guys who found the Vikings treasure worth millions who sold it on the black market? Obviously, prison sentence, really? Didn't know about that one. Wow. It's amazing all the Hollywood stars who were alcoholics. How did they be such good actors? I wonder. You get a lot of tuition, if you're in the right place. Very nepotistic, that sort of game, Get your son and get your daughter in. I wish I had someone to hold me. No, like you're saying, it's not nice on your own. What are you up to tomorrow? I've got to take the car for an MOT at 8 o'clock. It's early, isn't it? And then I've got some one-to-one mentoring video, one-to-one chats with people tomorrow about lunchtime. Hope I can get the car sorted. Nick feel I had mental dreams. Yeah, I mean, Kaz, give my love to Stu when you speak to him. I will do, Kaz, thank you. I see having a good weekend. Yeah, brilliant. It's quite relaxing, actually, because a couple of weeks ago we were in Portugal. It was fantastic, man. Beautiful weather. Something nice. I had quite a busy week, but doing these and some videos and one-to-ones and whatnot. It's been years, Jackie. It's been years since I had proper affection. It was for me when I was young. I was very low when I used to drink. It's not easy. But I think Rick has a way to go before he stops. Probably lose the house. He doesn't quite see out of the situation. Kevin, I love dreaming means I'm not totally out of it and my brain is working. Because we're good luck with the MOT. Oh, thanks, Greens. We're bound to fail. Cars always fail. But I'm not bothered really. I've been to the edge of life. The cars are cars, isn't it? But I know what you're saying. It's still a pain in the arse. The biggest pain in the arse is having to get there for 8 o'clock. But you're around the corner. So I should be able. My girlfriend did offer me a lift. I thought it's only 5 minutes. So I'll just take it and hope for the best. But it's very odd, when you're used to a car, if you don't have it even for 24 hours, it's like, how are you going to get the shopping? How am I going to go here? How am I going to go there? And you spend a fortune on Ubers, don't you? But thanks for that. I ended up alone before I touched booze. Before you touch booze, okay, understood. Rick has no choice but to sell the house. Okay, it's like a sober brothers and Rick thing, isn't it? So, yes, trying to stay sober can be the loneliest place on the planet, even when you're surrounded by people. Yeah, I agree. It's like being in a bad marriage, isn't it? Because he'll have to pay off the wife for the divorce. Does he have kids? This Rick thing's turning into quite a saga, isn't it? After watching. How to quit safely? Well, this is something. How do you quit safely? To quit safely, you have to really get some medical advice if you drink too much, and that's the thing. Oh yeah, was answer this comment. Excellent TV. Drink exhaustion. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. I didn't really get exhausted. I used to keep drinking. Had a lot of energy though. I've got a lot of energy now, more than a lot of people younger than me. I was super fit, you see. Never got exhausted. Eventually got to me though, physically, but now I'm sober. So I've only drank 5 years out of the last 20. So my body's repaired to some degree, you see. Always been working with people who, Ollie, nice to see you. Working with people who drink alcohol is a pain. They're cranky and unproductive and negative functioning. Yeah, you're probably right there. Good night, Kevin. Take it easy. No kids, good. When the last couple of days I was drinking, I would doze off and wake up gasping for air. I was so bloated mess. Jesus. I'm glad you feel better, Wings. Yeah, I stick with people who defend me in rooms I'm not. Ian, well said. Kaz, sorry I've not been engaging much tonight. My daughter's visiting tomorrow and I really have to get him. No problem, Kaz, you're always here. Well done. He will ruin his health before he loses the house. I guess that's my saviour. Drink exhaustion affects my balance. We've got to give it a rest next day, yeah? I understand what you're saying. If you wish to drop a super chime and support the channel, then please do. Or the buy me a coffee links at the top there, it's pinned at the top. It's brilliant what you're doing. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate anybody who can help out with a little donation. It's fantastic. It's going really well. The last few weeks has been a big eye opener for me. Chat's turning into Rick's channel. It was for a minute. Perhaps we're going to stick with Stephen Backery. Cheers. Thanks, Cass. Yeah. Backery's been going a while. He's doing well. So yeah, alcohol withdrawal. We've been through all that. I mean, the big one for me, we'll talk about this tomorrow night, is relapse prevention. I think tomorrow night we've got more time. We can go on with that. Connection is the cure for addiction because isolation causes it. That's a very good point, that actually. Very good point. Because isolation is not good. And I think that's why these help. Because every night I mention this, and every night the nights are getting a little bit, cutting in a little bit. And I think that's the time when people are going to need this, and the WhatsApp group during the winter. What about Kevin O'Hara? He says, yeah, Kevin O'Hara's got a brilliant channel as well. Very good. Rains Up by Neon. I haven't seen him much, Kevin, recently, but he has got a good channel. He's always out and about, does lots of walking, doesn't he? He lives in Spain now. Rains Up by Neon. Guys, are you blind? Rick is not serious about sobriety. That is evident from multiple videos. He's stringing you along to make content. He's not struggling. He's been. I think you're right, Nate Rains. I would tend to agree with Rains on that one. Dennis, everybody here, we all hear from a different point of view. Any drinking drugs people are here? Hard drugs, or am I the only black sheep? Just curious. I think there's quite a few of us taking drugs. But I didn't personally. Mere psychological, emotional, physical isolation. Yeah, psychological, emotional, and physical isolation will lead to problems. So, Marlon, thanks. Steve's channel is the best. Other channels are available. Well said. What's Rick's channel called? Sober Start, I think, isn't it? Sober Start. Kevin O'Hara's is good. Backcountry's is interesting as well. There's a few people out there. Not many long stays, though. If Carl's made my YouTube channel, it'll be Steve's. Thanks for Antonio. Appreciate that. Rick's channel is called Sober Starts. I thought it was. Yeah, we'll go through tomorrow. Relapse prevention. I think that's very important because that took me down very quickly when I'd been off for 8 years. The longer you're off, the worse the relapse is going to be. And I think you have to be very hard with this relapse thing. And remember, and play the tape forward where you're going to be another week. If you start tomorrow, by Friday you'll be drinking all the time. That's the only way to relapse, but to prevent relapse. So we'll look at that tomorrow. Jackie, want to see like you and that's it. Going to be going to a painting, even though I'm tipsy. Saying low. Thanks so much, Jackie. Cause I watched a lot of Delirium Dirk. I didn't realise he passed away. Jesus, I'd never heard of him. So did he start drinking again? As I was just got past the point of return. Lilith, 94, Dennis Maloney. I used to take ecstasy. Well, it raised, but ecstasy was only once a month. Chelsea Rick's channel is non-stop, never sober starts. Interesting. Frank Foley, good night all. Cheers, Frank. Thanks for the donation. Thanks for everybody who's put a donation. If you want to drop a super chat in, then please do. It doesn't have to be very much. This helps the channel and supports me. And others buy me coffee links pinned at the top. Cars, he did keep drinking and had benzos on him too. That's not good, is it? Not good. Yeah, it's not good. Thanks, Beef, for putting those links in again. For everybody to look at the book, I've got an ebook out. It's only $5.99. The links in all the descriptions. and obviously on here, beef and chicken just put on there. And there's an ebook. There's also a link to one-to-one mentoring, which has been very successful for people, because it's not just getting people off the drink, it's keeping them off, which is the key, isn't it? And I presume that's what we're doing here. You're going to be very accountable here. I don't know what's happened to Bert. You're pretty much gone back in the drink. I hope he isn't. You had that little blip. Once you start having a little blip or two, then it can sometimes take over again full time, and that's the issue, isn't it? That's when you're going to get into really serious problems. It doesn't matter how long you've been off. But even I'm sitting on my computer and have to have the live on my phone too. So I'm at work. But you are. I might have to drop you a couple of quid at some point. Cause that's terrible. My computer and have the live on my phone. It should be the other way around. Dream Dirk was on the channel today, and it's good stuff. Okay, guys, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, this channel is going to be huge. Mark my words. It's connection. Thanks, Maya. Appreciate that. I hope that's what it is. I just think it's going to balloon hugely when it is the winter time when people got less to think about, and maybe do it a bit earlier. Because dark nights, cold weather, that's what drove me. People get depressed anyway when the summer's over. And driver, thanks, Anne. Hope that is okay. I do too. And thanks for the coffee. Appreciate that. If you guys want to drop a coffee in, please do. The links at the top. Lilith, all amazing people in here. I agree. Some really good characters here, aren't there? I think that Beef managed to so the idiots and got rid of them pretty much before I saw them, really. Because, yes, and I hope server is okay. Yeah, I know. A couple of people missing, isn't it? That could be just coincidental, you know. Did you ever? I managed to send her a couple of messages, but she never got back to me. She got back to thanks to the message, but nothing ever came of that. I don't know what happened there. Stoic, I like this channel. I like this community. You're all right too. Thanks, Stoic. Appreciate that. Cars, thanks for replying to my message last night. Much love. No problem. Whenever I can get in touch with everybody at some point. Eventually, if I'm a little bit delayed, then don't worry about it. I'll get back to you. No problem, Cars. Earth and you as well. I hope Bertie's okay. How important is Simon? Very important. Get vitamin B back, because alcohol will drain it completely. So even 6 years after I've got some vitamin B here, or multivitamins and iron, something like that. I've got vitamin B, and I should get some more vitamin B. Very important vitamin B. Oh, that's it. Magnesium. And that. I believe these are just some savers. You can get better stuff from Holland and Barrett. Yes, beef, Nick. It's very important, Simon. Yeah, it's got to be. Got to get in your brain, back in your brain. You can get it. It used to be on script only. You can get it from Boots now, just over the counter, I think, which is pretty good. It's not too bad. It's only a couple of quid. Or you can ask the doctor to get it on a prescription. I think it wouldn't give me it because it said I'm all right. So I'll just get it anyway from the Boots. The doctors are tight on Maya. Where's Bertie? I don't know where he is. He might have got the hump, I mean, I don't know how old he is, but he might have just got the hump a little bit. When he was drinking, it was a bit strange, but he said he came back sober again, but it's like, so easy to drop back into the habit, isn't it, of drinking. Cars, I got Simon prescription. It smells like Marmite. Very good for you. Okay, thanks, Cars. Jackie Williams still listening in. I'll probably still text, but I think you keep going on. Oh, we'll definitely keep going, yeah. Thanks, Jackie. I think you're amazing. Thank you very much. Pick my prescription up tomorrow. Nick, good. Keep the Simon going. So even if you're not on a prescription, a script, I would say, go into Boots and get some. Because they're not tight with it. You can get vitamin B. I think it's a B1, Simon. And I think it helps people. And it replaces some of the alcohol, basically drains. So anything like that is going to do you good. Then stick with it, and stick with this channel if you're getting something from it. If you benefit and you find some value in the channel, then please drop a super chat in or coffee links at the top and help support the channel, help it grow and keep it strong, because it's getting stronger. So Kaz makes sure peace with the Marmite. Really? Oof. Richard Burrs, I use zinc, right? Anything that's good for you. I mean, really, The best thing to do, and all the top doctors will tell you, is eat a good diet, be sensible, do a bit of exercise, don't go crazy. Just be sensible, be a good person. One doctor said to me, I said, how have I got so well? He said, you just be good. Do as you're told, don't be a dickhead. It's all got to be fucking sensible. Stoic, I remember everyone. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Good days follow that. Follow bad, good days follow bad. That's good. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Good point. Wings, I must have subscribed to your channel at some point. As your live paid my feed. Great. Welcome, Youll, and you, Steve. Thank you. Welcome, Wings. Expensive euro, it is, mind. I love Marmite. Don't forget the vitamin D and C. Catherine, I have to take vitamin D for my bones. D3. Yep. Osteoporosis, maybe. There's a lot of women get that, don't they? Jackie Williams, I've been thinking I need to go hill walking. I think it will help me big time. Create balance in all areas. Yeah, just take it easy, though. Take it easy. Initially, the Earth 984 and zinc every day and vitamin B. Yeah, it's good stuff. Same, Catherine. Vitamin D3. How are you doing, Catherine? From Richard. Yeah, any vitamins are good, but good food. Eat broccoli, sprout. Eat all the things you don't like. Eat school meals. I watch Stephen Moore. Maya. Do you? That's good. Now you do that. Blocked from sending money. You've been blocked from sending money. I don't know what that is. A bit strange. So basically, everybody keep healthy, keep happy, and diet is a big thing. It really is. Actually, if you don't know why you block from sending money, but you can always buy a coffee if you want. Don't worry about it too much. Catherine, I'm okay. Richard, thanks. How are you? Car's been batch cooking tonight. Can't beat mince and mash. Yeah, all that stuff's good for you. Get some veg on as well. Broccoli, sprouts, spinach. Spinach is pretty awful, but asparagus, anything like that. Always stick to the first couple of aisles in the shop, which is the veg, the fruit in it. And that's what you need to be doing. Chris Tate. Good night, Steve. Well, and you, Chris. 1984, I often think the amount of money I've spent on alcohol that has given me many health problems, and I'm spending the same amount now on things to make you healthy. Yeah, but you feel better. That's the issue. That is the issue. Gordon Ramsay said, eat or buy the best food you can afford. And I always remember that when I'm buying food, because that'll keep you alive. If it's got £1 more, it doesn't matter. I know M&S is more expensive than Asda, but you never get any wasted M&S. The stuff's better. You don't throw anything out. You've got to be sensible when you think about the amount of money you used to throw down your neck. I mean, you used to get a taxi 25 quid and think nothing of it. And then people going, oh, well, I can get raspberries 10 pence cheaper than Asda. Go and get the good stuff. Because that'll keep you alive. It'll keep you healthy. And when you're healthy and happy, it makes a massive difference. I need to focus on balance. I notice if I don't allow myself to have alcohol, I binge on loads and loads of chocolate. Well, chocolate's better than alcohol, Get a balance on it. Which is not too bad. Tired of hot weather. Dehydrated. Like a desert. Yeah, well, it has been nice, man. Warm. You mean Gandhi's sandals? Yeah, Gandhi's flip-flops. Plenty of protein, dairy. Yeah. Is it? Try again. Oh, see, Excellent TV. I don't know what that is. Also, I'd love to. I'd love to meet someone. You will meet somebody. I make cottage pie, liver, or mince with onions and gravy. But who knows how to cook liver? Liver and onions is supposed to be good. Let's go on, Cars Kendall. So a good balanced diet, a little bit of exercise, a bit of social if you can. Try and relax. Try not to worry about things. When we drink, we worry, you see. Stop worrying. You've only got one chance here. One chance. Don't fuck it up. I nearly fucked mine up. So close to not being here. Since then, I met a beautiful woman. My daughter's got a little boy. I'm a grandfather now. I know I don't look old enough. I'm doing this. I'm helping people. I'm getting fit again. I eat well. I sleep. Well, I don't sleep well. I'm like chasing life still. But you know what I mean. I can relax. I've been travelling around a lot more, and I'm talking to more people. I've got a bit more of an aura of health and happiness around me. When I was drinking, I was a sad, miserable, depressed old man, really. But I'm not now. So there's all these positives, all these positives. Love cottage pie and chili mince is too versatile. Versatile, so versatile. I think we're having a loneliness epidemic. I love lamb's liver, but hard to find. Okay. I don't know how to cook it. I laugh when you curse, Steve. Oh, what is that? I think the whole world's fucked up, to be honest. Yeah, so, Kazasin, Sean, you knew, I think you were. That had triggered. Dennis, don't walk around the supermarket shopping with your eyes. Make a list at home. It's a great idea. That's a good point there. Have it, trust me, you'll buy better quality and eat healthier. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Make a list. Because you go and just buy a pot noodle and some chocolate, don't you, otherwise? Make a list of, I try and eat between 5 and 10 a day, fruit and veg. The best way to do it is get a blender. $15.99 from Mazda. Put some raspberries in, bananas, melon, whatever you want to put in. You've done 5 and you don't have to cook, you don't have to do anything with it, anything like that. You've done the whole lot then, or half it. And then plenty of salad. You always have a salad during the day and some veg. Just mix it, I don't mean mix it all together, but mix your diet a little bit and just don't have too much of anything other than fruit and veg. You can't have enough fruit and veg. And try and get some water. Always carry a bottle of water in the car. And when you're on your bag when you're walking around. It's a good one, that, Dennis. You make a list. Love lamb's liver. Loves lamb's liver, onion, gravy mash. Nice. Mushy peas, can he? The account was blocked from donating for the reason I switch account. Strange, actually, but thanks anyway for doing it. It's weird, isn't it? Antonian, soak liver in milk, then roll in flour and salt and pepper and fry it in. Okay, thanks for Antonian. Got that. Thanks, Late, for trying to do that. Catherine, I always make a list, but have to buy my chocolate. Yeah, I always have chocolate. You've got about the bacon here. Yeah, put a bit of bacon in. Have a pinch of turmeric when cooking lambs. I'll tell you what I've been drinking. It sounds dreadful, this. Squeeze a lemon. Half the lemon, but put some little pricks in the end of it and get more lemon out. Put a lemon in a glass with some turmeric, some olive oil, and some water. Apparently, that's quite good for you. It hasn't made me jump over a 5-bar gate yet, but it's supposed to be good. I don't feel any different. Stoic, Jackie, the addiction will trick you to believe you're lonely because you're not drinking. But how lonely was in addiction? When you break free, you become the best version of yourself. Yeah, good point, Stoic. I didn't meet anybody when I was drinking because your life becomes pretty chaotic anyway, isn't it? What time's now? So it's about 10:30 now. So it's Sunday evening, isn't it? Right? We've got a lot of people still on, so we'll keep going a few more minutes. If anybody wants to drop a super chat in to keep us going, please do. Or buy me coffee links there as well. Evening, Tracy. How are you doing? Where are you based, Tracy? Or do you finish work by this time? Nice to see you on here. Stoic, yeah, he's a good fellow, the Stoic. Got some very wise words, isn't he? Yeah, so we'll talk about tomorrow then, about preventing relapse, because I think that's so important to prevent that, because that's the one thing that really took me back to square one and beyond. And I was so ill after that last relapse. I was on the verge of death, I mean, what's all that? Well, again, what's all that about? I got to the point when I was completely and utterly controlled by it. Even Cornwall, nice one, beautiful area, isn't it? I bet the weather's been good this year. It's been a good summer, isn't it? At the end of the day, Wait till the winter hits, and then everyone's pissed off. It'll be massive, this channel. So you'll have to get ready for all of your, because by then, another 2 months, you'll all be seasoned visitors here, and we'll all know each other. So new people come on and go, wow, these people know what they're talking about. There'll be massive spin-offs from this as well, It could be huge. Yeah, it's nice cars down in Cornwall, Devon, Cornwall. It's very expensive now, though, isn't it? For any sort of working class normal folk to buy housing. That's the problem. Same everywhere, no? Phone off and phone on trick to see if that works. Oh, thanks, Liz. Thanks, X-Late TVX. These phones, everything is just on and off, isn't it? I mean, these phones can do so much, but when you want to talk to somebody, the battery runs out. Bizarre, isn't it? Well, unless we are sober, we don't have a relationship, we take hostages. Yes, it's true. Can't live on mash without bacon should be a crime. Punishable by prison. Stoic philosophy, we attract what we are. Good point. Yeah, you're right there. I'll tell you one thing though. This is something I've noticed. See, was a mate of Alan Watts. I don't know who Alan Watts is, to be honest with you. If you can enlighten me, I'll try not to. I'll try to place him. Tracy, it's not great here. It's all hype. I see you mean, yeah, just for the tourism hype maybe. Yeah, we attract what we are. The people I used to know in the pub, who are still in the pub, really don't like me anymore. I know that for a fact. I'm not making that up, and I don't care. I give a toss. And it's all through jealousy, because they see what you have done. You see, you'll feel the same. You get the same thing, from people who used to drink. They'll get very jealous. They get very angry, and they belittle you. And that's what happens when you are doing better. They love to see you down. People love to see you being in a mess. Just a bit of a warning. Steve, I think I'm addicted to you. Every time to go to leave, I end up back. Addicted to me. That'd be nice thought. We're all mirrors. That's why pub boys aren't so keen. Yeah, I understand what you mean. You're great. And do they tell you they don't like you anymore? So I've just said, it's sort of comments, say, oh, you won't be speaking to us now, you've got your new life. That sort of shit, You can just tell. I can weigh people up very quickly. I'm not daft. They sort of smirk, or they just don't speak to you, they turn away, and I laugh. So I've become really not. I'm just not going in there anymore. I'm talking about the spoons. I can't bother with them. What am I going there for anyway? If I'm unpopular, I might as well keep out. I might just come and do some more research on this, or go and see my partner, or do something productive. People checking. Thanks for putting the links on there again for the book and the one-to-one. It's very good of you. So not just us, but their addictions will see you as a threat because we've beaten ours. That's a good point. Yeah, very wise words you come up with there. Their addictions will see you as a threat. It's a good point. Oh, it is jealousy, Catherine. Yeah, it's very jealous. Even an uncle of mine's gone there. He says, "Oh, you'd be a millionaire now. You're not drinking." This dickhead. Let them hang. You know what I mean? Because they're idiots. They loved it when I was young. They loved it. I could tell. That's great, but he was not like. It's 100%. 100% jealousy. That's life, though. People love to see you doing badly. I'm sure that's why the rich and famous need security, because people are trying to attack them. They're so jealous of them, aren't they? It's bizarre life. People want to see you down because it makes them feel better. And having a solid social circle, respect your sobriety is paramount. Yeah, you're right. Having a solid social circle will respect your sobriety is paramount, 100%. That's exactly what people say. Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? My friend, in inverted commas, used to message me saying they miss me. I asked them to meet up doing different things that didn't involve alcohol. They didn't want to know. They mustn't have missed me that much. Nah, exactly. They're not your friends. They're just drinking buddies. They're just jealous arseholes, basically. And that's the way it goes. Anyway, it's now 10:37, so we'll start saying goodnight. I think, X-Late TV. Oh, you've done it. Oh, hey, you've done it. Thanks very much, X-Late TV, for all your efforts there. Fantastic donation there. Thanks to everybody else who's dropped the super chat in there. Really helps the channel, It does. To support the channel is a massive, massive, massive boost. And I want this to work. I think it's working already, to be honest. I don't just want it to work. I want to just get bigger and better. And I think we've got some great characters on here, haven't we? There's nobody in here I would think, God, I don't like them. I think we'll have a hell of a good time when we hire a restaurant out and meet up. somewhere in the middle of the country. We can all get there, you know. We can all get there. It's great to be respected and treated as an equal again by friends and family. Oh, of course it is, yeah. I was working in Chesley Street the other day, found a brilliant coffee shop called Refuse Coffee. Oh, right. Oh, funny enough, I passed Chesley Street the other day. No, weird. My parents were both born there. John Jones, I wish you well, Steve. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. You make a real genuine friends and sobriety. You do, man. You meet better people. Thanks very much, Super Chat. So that's Super Chat X-Late TV. Thanks for putting a bit of effort in there. Effort is always rewarded. Good night, Catherine. Nice, Stephen O. Thanks for being here. Is that my phone? That's not mine, is it? Going ding, ding, ding or something. That's not my normal thing. Oh yeah. Thanks for the coffee and everything from everybody. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of the super chats, all of you being here. I appreciate everybody who contributes as well. All the comments, all of the information. I'm learning so much, you know, from people, and I'm humbled by this in a way because I didn't think it would take off as good as this, you know. It has. And there's some amazing folk in here. Okay, we'll say good night and thanks everyone. Tomorrow we'll talk about how to prevent relapse. I think it's very important. And we'll see you all tomorrow, Monday. And I've got to go to bed early because I've got to go to bed, haven't I? Take the bloody car in. I'll let you know what happens with the car. Tomorrow night will be carless because it won't be able to fix it tomorrow. Not to worry. Be good, everyone. Be from checking that 100%. Be good for each other. Thanks, Stoic. Thanks, all of you again. And we're getting bigger, better, and it's flowing better every day. I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Good night.